Hi, everybody. So I hope I'm not blocking one of the microphones, but I'll try to hold this in a way that I'm not. I'm using a different tablet this time. But the title of this video, I think, will be brown rice as a source of carbohydrates for cycling. So, most of my workouts are these days are pretty much all cycling indoors. I used to run outdoors all the time. But anyway, this fits better with a lot of different things in my life. But usually when I cycle indoors, it's to get a really high energy, output. I try to take in some carbohydrates before cycling, and I usually use like a fruit product, or sometimes I use like a combination of rolled oats and rolled wheat that's chopped up, so like the flakes, right? There was a cereal called Ralston cereal. It's really hard to get anymore. I still got a little bit of it left because I stocked up on it before it went out of availability, but it used to be sold. And but you can get rolled wheat online, rolled wheat flakes, and mix them in with old-fashioned rolled oats. And then you can have something with it like I have raw peanuts, but you kind of balance your grains and legumes. But anyway, so these grains like the wheat and oats can serve as a source of carbohydrates, but I like to have something fruit like, orange juice or, something like that. Depending on the type of cycling I'm doing, I like raisins sometimes or golden raisins, particularly like for cycling while standing. But the juice works well. I've had potatoes. If you have potatoes the night before, because it gives yourself a chance to digest them, or like instant mashed potato flakes eaten not too long before with some kind of a balancing protein, like maybe red lentils with that on the side, can do pretty good for indoor cycling, or even like something else that's high in natural carbohydrates. Well, I'm not saying red lentils are, but what I had tried brown rice with peas on the side, and I stir some oils into my rice after they're cooled down a bit and the cooking's over. But brown rice does have a decent amount of carbohydrates. And tonight I was in a hurry and I was just trying to get in my workout, and I was eating a while before, and I had a decent amount of brown rice. I had actually had two different varieties. One's a high protein variety and one's just plain old brown rice. And like, for example, the normal rice has 3 grams of protein per serving. Sometimes you can get it for 4, but this is this unusually high protein version that's kind of expensive. It's like a few times more expensive than the usual rice, but it has like 6 grams of protein per serving. So it's not as high in carbohydrates, but more higher in protein than normal rice. But I just had a little bit of that. I mixed my rice, my two types of brown rice, but I had most of my rice was the normal rice. But anyway, and I cooked it with some dried tomatoes. But the point is, so I didn't have any orange juice this time, and I just had the brown rice with the peas, and actually, though, I got in quite a good workout, particularly in view of how tired I was. And I really like the feeling I get. This rice really makes me feel pretty good. It's not just the rice, obviously, it's the peas on the side. And if you're wondering what kind of peas I use, I can have the frozen green peas on the side, like lightly microwave just to defrost them. But that's not really my main source. So you've heard of like green split peas or yellow split peas that are like a dry product. Well, I go online and I order the whole raw dry peas. So these are a live product that you could sprout. And I get those, not necessarily for sprouting, but they used to be more available rarely in some stores, like in bulk food sections of Fresh Time near where I lived, or at a Deerberg store in 1 pound bags. But haven't been able to get them. Like you can get split peas. I'm not talking about the split peas, though. These are the whole raw dry peas, but you can get them online from a number of different sources, and that's what I've been doing, like getting a 20 pound bag at a time. But anyway, so I had the rice with the peas on the side, and I had, like I said, oil stirred into the peas, and I had some julienne cut dried tomatoes that I'd put in the rice at the beginning of the cooking. But in any case, it was a really good meal, and it actually sustained me quite well through my indoor cycling workout. I got in a good long workout, just finished a while ago, and it's coming up on 2 a.m. right now, between 1 and 2. But anyway, hope you enjoy the video. I'm just saying, cycling is a low impact form of exercise. It's not like running. So because it's low impact, I'm able to do quite a lot more, exercise, because there's none of that impact creating injuries or anything. And so my output can be really high, like really high intensity. And I do need some extra carbohydrates for that. Of course, we always need all of everything. We need our protein, we need our essential fatty acids, we need good, solid, real food, and we need sources of carbohydrates. But I'm just saying, like, if I were running long distance, I wouldn't need as much carbohydrates as I would if I were cycling, like a really long bike ride, you know. And we'll go into some of that, like cycling really long rides that take up hours and hours of your day outdoors. But no, that's not the kind I'm doing. I'm doing long rides, but they're indoors and they're not as long as those, you know, many hour long rides. But anyway, I'm seeing this is getting over 5:30. There's so much to talk about, but I got to cut out here so this video doesn't get too long. And I hope you all are having a great time out there. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks so much.